Good afternoon, everyone. So today's topic for the Power Boost is the pursuit of purity. You must have heard many times the pursuit of happiness, right? But what is this about pursuit of purity? We talk a lot about the pursuit of happiness, but we talk very little about the pursuit of purity. If you really look at the word purity, it means cleanliness of the soul. It's very, very, it's at the heart of the soul. Purity is like the nature of the soul, at the heart of the soul. And so even in the world, when we buy a product or anything, we always look for something that is pure, right? Quality. We always look for a quality-based product. We look at the quality and we see how pure it is and what the ingredients are and all of that. In the same way, when we, are at home or any place, we tend to get naturally attracted to something that is clean. So we don't get attracted to something that is, unclean. But when there is some sort of cleanliness externally, we want to go there, we want to experience that. And naturally, there is a sense of peace when we experience that pure space, right? So when we all, when we all actually tend to get attracted to this cleanliness, this purity externally, or, really good quality things, what about the purity that is within us? The purity of the soul, the purity of the being, right? We pay very, very less attention to the purity. So how can it be that there is impurity inside, then I want something pure outside? No, it has to be internally and externally as well, right? So what is this purity? So purity is at many different levels, right? Purity, in my thoughts, my words, my vision, my attitude, in my personality, in my actions. Purity is at so many levels. So if we really take, purity in my thoughts, so how do we know that we have pure thoughts? How do you know, we have purity in my thoughts? Well, definitely the way we feel, right? If there is purity in the mind, pure thoughts. Just think when I'm creating pure thoughts, how I feel. It's just like, again, I'm going back to the example of physically, when it's clean, we feel like sitting there, we feel like enjoying that space. Just think having pure thoughts, what it does to ourself, our being within. Mhm. And what are some of the examples of pure thoughts? Think about it. Just having peace. And naturally, when I'm having these pure thoughts, right? The thoughts of goodness, the thoughts of kindness, the thoughts of just connecting to the self, that peace. So purity is like that prism which radiates to different virtues. And that's why they say purity is the mother of peace and happiness. Peace and happiness are like the children of purity. Where there is purity, there's naturally peace and happiness. And so it's like just having pure thoughts. Today, focus on this, entire day as you're listening to this power boost. Every now and then keep going back to your thoughts. What am I having these clean thoughts? Sometimes we are busy at work, busy with our things, and sometimes we may lose that flow of pure thoughts. Or sometimes forget about even pure thoughts, like we get into so many chaotic thoughts. It becomes very hard even to think about even just simple thoughts or ordinary thoughts. So today, just pay attention as you're listening to this power boost, or even if, whenever you listen to this, just go back to these pure thoughts. Just check every now and then. It just takes a few seconds to check. It's like, what am I thinking right now? So check your thoughts. And the moment you catch your thoughts and turn towards something pure, right? Then naturally you experience a sense of peace. Naturally you experience a sense of simplicity, a sense of calmness inside. And I think these things are very, very important. We rush around, we run around, we want to accomplish so many things. in life. We are so busy, even from a little child, right? From an adult to an old, everyone is so busy these days. But in this fast pace of busyness, sometimes we lose ourselves. And so just going back to our inner space, going back to our inner self, these things are very, very important. And sometimes we take it very light and we say, for meditation and things like that, that's like the last story, I want to listen to, or I want to spend really minimum time. But this is what we really need. If we want to, be ambitious, we want to do anything in life. See, internal stability is very important, and this internal stability really comes taking out some time, focusing on my thoughts, even early in the morning for a few moments, just create those pure thoughts. And how do I create those pure thoughts? Pure thoughts begin from, as I said, they're nature of the soul, they're part of the soul. All of us, at the core of the soul, we all are actually very, very pure beings. We are filled with that peace. We are filled with that purity. We are filled with that happiness. But today, these beautiful virtues have become so dormant. And even when we talk about this, we feel like sometimes Greek and Latin, I don't have time for these. Are you in that phase, or are you in that mode right now? So please, change your mode because these things are important. Going back to that inner self, just a few thoughts every now and then. Just feel that you are that. It's not even how do I create these pure thoughts. Already think, just start with this thought, I am a pure being. I have such radiance of purity within me. It's like I'm so pure within. There is part of me that is so untouched by anything negative, any tensions, the way others are behaving with you, whatever is going on out there. That's not me. So let me go back to that pure space within me. And the moment I stabilize, and I touch that pure space within me, all my senses come into control. It's like I feel like I'm a master. I have I have that sort of mastership to handle things around me, because sometimes you see when we have too many impure thoughts like thoughts of anger, thoughts of frustration, thoughts of anxiousness, not sure what's going to happen, thoughts of why, what, and how. All of these are like impure thoughts, which completely, diminishes the energy, the power of the soul. It brings us down, it makes us weak. So it's just going back to those pure thoughts. And the moment I have this pure thought, it's like I'm exuding this purity into the atmosphere. You see, the moment you calm down, you have pure thoughts, you see, somebody will notice there's something different about you. Did you ever feel like that somebody came to you, oh, you look different? Not physically, of course, physically, because my gestures change, my vision changes, the way I'm looking at others, you know, and also the way I start to handle things. Sometimes something happens and suddenly it happens and we come into such panic mode. Actually, purity is like the strength of the soul. It helps the soul in any kind of situation of disturbance or situation of uncertainty. Suddenly something happened. You're holding on to yourself, not reacting to that situation at that moment. You have a sense of calmness, sense of stability. That's what purity does to all of us. So going back to this purity is absolutely essential. As I said, early in the morning, just a few moments. And even at your work, every now and then, just keep going back. And so purity has a sense of attraction. That's why, somebody who has that sort of purity, you naturally feel like bowing to them. Or not even bowing, it's like you tend to get attracted. There's something in this person, right? Now think about it, naturally, whom we all get attracted to. Hmm? Little children, don't you think so? When we look at little children, look at the purity. Naturally, you smile at them, right? When we look at little children, the sense of innocence, that's why children are called Mahatmas, great souls. Why? They have such purity in them. no unclean thoughts and vision, or, I am so and so and you are this, and what color skin and what we are, nothing. No superiority complex or inferiority complex, nothing like that with children. That's what purity is, such pure innocence. And so give this moment, for yourself. Keep revisiting this purity within you. We all have it. We all have it. Another thing I want to touch base on is um, purity is also, the moment we have pure thoughts, or we actually have purity, takes us to that space of silence within ourselves. And that silence is very, very important. And in silence, I touch my own self. And I also, in silence, it's very easy to visit God, the source, the divine being, Why another being along with children who is very, very pure is actually the source of purity, God. So again, take a few moments every time and just touch that ocean of purity who is waiting. Sometimes we sit and complain about things. This is not going right, that is not going right. But then do I want to do anything about it? No, I don't want to do anything about it. Then I keep complaining. I continue to complain. It becomes a very deep habit inside all of us, right? It's even, say, for example, about gaining weight, say, right? Some keep complaining, oh, I'm gaining weight, gaining weight. Okay, you're gaining weight. Do you want to do something about it? No, I don't have time. Okay, then keep complaining about it, right? For everything we want to complain, for everything we say, I don't have time, for everything we say, this is something too hard. No, not at all. As much as it's important to, visit inwards, go inwards, connecting to the self, in the same way, it's very important to touch that purest source who is really waiting to, to bestow or to cleanse us, um, to really, transform us with that purity. So now let us just take a few moments as you're listening to this. Please, I would request, if you're writing something, put your pen and paper aside. If you're doing something, just stop, pause for a moment, really pause, slow down yourself. There is no rush, nothing is going to happen in this next 5 minutes. Just give yourself this 5 minutes and just revisit yourself. Pause for a moment. Just slow down. Nothing is important right now. All that is important is for me to experience that original core being of myself, that pure self. Slow down again. Slow down all your senses. Let there be no rush. Slow down your thoughts. Are you slowing down, or are you still in the rush? Slow down. It's in your hands to slow down your mind, because you are the master of your mind. So slow down and experience a sense of peace within. Feel your forehead. Let your forehead become just calm, because most of the thoughts get accumulated here. The heaviness gets accumulated here. So let go. Let go of that heaviness. Just feel that lightness and silence in the center of the forehead. Feel it. And in this silence, see yourself as a pure, beautiful being of light. Follow these thoughts gently. Again, slow down, don't rush, and just feel a sense of peace and the being. I, the being, I, the peace. I, the jewel of purity radiating. There is a pure space at the core of the soul. Just this thought, nothing complicated, just hold this thought. I'm so pure within. I'm a pure being of light. And instantly you can feel your feelings transforming. Just put aside any trace of anger or any trace of anxiousness or rush. Just feel a pure, clean space in the soul. Hold it, hold this space. And as I slow down and feel pure sparkle within, I can experience the senses transforming my vision. The senses, my vision, my gestures have slowed down, becoming pure. The atmosphere right now, wherever I am, the atmosphere is transforming. A pure radiance spreading into the atmosphere. The whole atmosphere, wherever I'm sitting, has become very peaceful and pure. And in this space, I invite God's presence, the divine, the ocean of purity. Just feel like when we dive into the pure, clean, clear water, what's the experience like? Just feel for a moment you're diving into the ocean of purity. It's like pure ocean. And every sense is becoming so pure, clean. And now throughout the day, be in this experience. No matter what's going on, things will happen. Ups and downs, suddenly things come up, suddenly something happened. But just hold this space, because this pure space gives the soul that resilience, that strength to cope, the stability to move on, creates that inner Shakti. Thank you. Om Shanti.